Google Calendar, you have the ability to create appointment schedules that allow you to manage your availability and let others know how to book time with you directly via a personal booking page. In our Stony Brook University accounts, we have access to create multiple booking pages to create a variety of schedules to fit your needs. To create your own schedule, go to your Google Calendar page and select Create. And then at the very bottom, choose Appointment Schedule. Here, you can begin creating your schedule by adding a title to it. In this case, I'll type Meet with Kyle virtually. And after I type that, I can choose the duration of the meeting. You'll see that there are pre-generated times that you can select, but if they don't work for you, you can always choose a custom time. For me though, in this case, I'm going to choose 30 minutes. Before I choose what date and times I'll be available during this appointment schedule, I'll quickly choose how often I want this schedule to repeat. I can make this a one-time schedule and not have to repeat it at all, or I can choose to have this repeat weekly. If I wanted to, however, I could make a custom schedule to choose how often this would repeat. For example, making this every other week. But in this case, I'll just select weekly. And now, I can choose the dates and times that I'll be available for during this appointment schedule. So let's say to start, I'm not going to be available for appointments on Fridays. If I want to remove that day from my calendar, I'll just select this icon of a circle with a slash through it, and that should remove the availability for Fridays on my calendar. Now let's say I'm available 9 to 12, and then again from 2 to 4, Mondays through Thursdays. This way, I'd have some flexibility so I can make sure I have my lunchtime reserved midway through the day. I can start with Monday and make my availability 9 to 12. And then I can add a second period of time I'm available by selecting this plus icon on the same row as my Monday time slot. And now I can add my availability for 2 to 4. If I want to copy this availability for the other days that I'm available, I can select the copy icon to have the rest of those days show the same times as Monday. After I finish selecting my availability, I can choose my scheduling window indicating when this is going to be available for people to book appointments with me. I can choose to make this available now, which will make it available indefinitely, or I can choose a start and end date indicating a time range when the schedule will be available. I can also choose the maximum time in advance that an appointment can be booked, as well as the minimum time before the appointment can start that it can be booked. You might be wondering, what if I'm not available on a particular day? Or what if I need to change my availability times on a specific day? And those are good questions. You can always change a date's availability in the Adjusted Availability section. Here you can indicate which specific date you are unavailable, or you can change the time that a person can book with you on a specific date as well. Here in the booked appointment settings, you have the option to add in a buffer time between appointment slots, giving you some time to prepare for a future appointment. And you can also limit the amount of bookings that you will accept in a single day. In this section, you can also decide if you would like to give the person booking an appointment the ability to invite others to the meeting. You might be wondering, if I have another meeting during my appointment schedule availability, can someone still book time on my calendar? And the answer to that is no, they can't. By default, your appointment schedule will run against your calendar and it will not let anyone book a time where you are already busy. And here, in this calendar section, you can choose other calendars that you have access to that this appointment schedule will run against as well. If you have an assistant or colleague that should be included on these meetings, you can always automatically add them as co-hosts to your appointment schedules. This way, they'll be added when someone books an appointment automatically. Now I'll choose Next to advance to more customizable options for my appointment schedule. And I'll focus on here in the Location and Conferencing area. This will allow me to choose how I'll be meeting with those who book an appointment. I can choose either to meet with someone virtually via Google Meet, I can choose an in-person location to meet at, or I can meet with someone via a phone call so that the person booking will have to provide their phone number, and then I can give them a call at the meeting time. You'll notice that Zoom isn't an option here, but that's okay. I can still add Zoom information to the meeting that is booked. I just have to do that manually after the appointment has already been booked. So since I want to use Zoom in the future, for right now I'll select None/to be specified later for the location. Now in these last few areas, I can add a description to my appointment calendar, letting others know the scenarios where it is appropriate to book an appointment with me. I have a description copied currently, so I'll paste it in this location. And now I can see what the booking form will look like. So those booking will have to provide me with their first and last name, as well as their email when they go to book a time. But I also want to add something custom. I want to add a field for people to type in what they need help with, so when they're meeting with me, I have an idea of what they're needing assistance with. So I'll choose Add an Item, and I'll type, "What do you need help with?" And at the very bottom here, I can choose if I would like to send an email reminder about the appointment to the person booking. I can choose how many days in advance that this will be sent, and if I want to notify them within a certain amount of minutes before as well, I can choose Add Reminder. I don't necessarily need to do that for this appointment schedule, so now that I've squared everything away, I can hit Save to finish. And now, I can see the appointment schedule in my calendar. If for some reason I ever need to change anything about this schedule, I can select it on my calendar, and then I can choose the pencil icon to edit anything I wish. Thank you for watching. For more information on how to share appointment schedules and add Zoom information to appointments, please check out the video in the description.